The festival is nigh!
Be return Millicent's needle.
I'm going Garronk. Ashavor Lightning Ram to kill 10 sheep is center square. That's not gonna lie, that's pretty funny.
That's actually really goated. You know, just rush Altus. Go ahead and get the. Yeah, I hope we see a sheep race. Didn't we have a sheep race last season? Was that last season or during the qualifiers?
I think it was qualifiers. I can't remember. It might have been Rookie Rumble. I do remember there was a sheep race at one point that was incredible.
Was it a sheep race or what race did we have?
Looking at this board though, quickly, while Shaka remembers his sheep, rush squares, Falling Star Beast. In row 4, column 2 is a good rush square early. One of the most difficult fights to do fast, but also very valuable because of the Somber 4, 5, and 6 that you can get. Boss on Torrent is just incredibly quick. That is in row 2, column 2, a very, very good rush square. We also have Omen Killer, which is a fast Liurnia square. 4 friendly NPCs is not necessarily the fastest, but it is a great way to get your weapon checks in. Also, I just saw it. We see Health and Steeple on a starting class in Prophet. Potentially players could go for that. We also see Flamberge, which is one of the best smithing weapons in the game. Now
and moving, Derf is big on smithing stone weapons right now, so be interesting to see what they pick.
And we see Rambler's favorite weapon, the Forked Tongue Hatchet, one of his favorite early game weapons. Also, Black Steel Great Hammer, another weapon you don't see too often. But not the greatest, but an interesting one nonetheless. Another point that I wanted to bring out, Crackpots could be another rush square. We'll see if the players choose to start Crackpots or chooses to go with the Golden Rune to get their weapons online faster. Finally, coming into the late game, we got more than a few late game squares potentially on this board. Sewer Moog and Dung Eater, both in the sewers of Capital. We have Valiant Gargs after Radon. Kill Rykard, not necessarily the latest game square, but definitely a more isolated one in a harder fight, as well as Ancestor Spirit to combo with Valiant Gargs after Radon. So honestly, a very much a mid to late game board. Not as many like super fast rush squares. Granted, also 2 Death Root to Garronk. That is a rush. I missed that one. I'm very excited to see how this one starts, though. It's a very complex board. I do think it's a Rambler type board. That being said, though, the odds on this are ridiculous. Someone put money on Derf. You have like 20-1 odds right now. This is absurd. That is not correct.
All right, about 15 seconds from launch.
So Rambler does go with the Health and Steeple and also starts Crackpots. Meanwhile, Derf goes with Flamberge and starts Land Between Rune. And we are underway.
And here we go. All right, so here's a couple things I'm looking at, right? You kill a boss while riding Torrent, and then do you immediately book it up to Altus, right? Going through Liurnia, doing your Crackpot pickups on the way. That's what I think you do.
I like Crackpot's opener. Also, chat, you have until 1 minute on the match clock, and then I'm closing the predictions. I'll give you an extra 30 seconds because we need more corn on this thing. The fact that it's not over 100,000 is deplorable. Rambler with a long ass start screen.
Oh, nice. So what's interesting to see is, Rambler went Health and Steeple, Derf went Flamberge. I probably would have gone Health and Steeple. There's no reason to there's no Smithing Bell Bearing 1 or 2. There's also no Smithing plus 12 square on the board. So, I mean, there's a Somber plus 9. So unless Derf is just already forfeiting that square, right? Like, hey, if I find a Somber weapon that I like, I'll go ahead and it makes sense. We can level it up to plus 9, but I think he's just going to do plus 12 this game.
I think the Steeple start is, normally I wouldn't love starting with Steeple. Like, it is an incredibly good weapon, but it takes very high stat requirements. So normally I wouldn't love starting with it. That being said, on this board, it's pretty late and you can do Crackpots. So I think you'd be completely fine going with a later setup weapon on this type of a board.
And there's no what would make it better is if there was like a stat dump into intelligence on the board, but there isn't.
No, and also Rambler is gonna get. I mean, obviously he doesn't know this, so we'll see how hard he decides to rush it and grace skip. But he will get crackpots uncontested. Derf did not start with crackpots. I expect Derf to open up with boss on Torrent.
Yeah,
Here?
that's what I'm looking at. They'll probably level up so they can wield the flamberge.
Yeah. Sure, already suggesting a column for Derf to just completely rush because he's a psycho.
Surely that'll be the case.
Yeah, I mean, look, that column too, I'm not going to lie, it is very fast, but columns that are very fast are also very snipeable. Because you do have Boss on Torrent, Falling Star Beast, Omen Killer, those are very fast. And then you do one Black Knife Assassin to get a Death Root. And then, like, overall, just really strong. Column 4, row 4, also potentially interesting if you get the Falling Star Beast and Tree Spirits out of the way quickly. Rykard synergizes very well with Somber 9. And after you get your money from Noble, you can go buy 12 incants. The only kind of problem I potentially could foresee with that is that, like, you're not getting, you don't even need Altus access. So you either got to get into Stormvale for your Tree Spirits or go get Altus access. Altus access would help with the Encants as well as the Tree Spirits, but obviously takes longer. Rambler is going to Liurnia as expected. Meanwhile, Derf here is going for Boss on Torrent.
Personally, I'm not gonna lie. So I started looking at. I like the diagonal top left, bottom right, and here's the reason. Yeah, there's Valiant Gargs on it, but like it's a pretty easily defendable line, meaning you could be the first mover on each of those squares.
Yeah, I think honestly, if you do just rush Altus after doing Boss on Torrent, it is actually pretty good. That top left to bottom right.
Because you have Elmer up there, you have the incantations with Corey, and then Valiant Gargs go kill Radon.
I actually like that line. I think that's a good call. Holy shit, who is this? I thought I was doing commentary with Shaka.
Well, let's
nicely done by Derf. Boss on Torrent. Flamberge absolutely shreds. One of the best smithing weapons in the entire game. Top left to bottom right.
Rambler not risking the Liurnia skip. I actually
he
like
never
this.
Does. He never
Does he
ever
really?
does. Yes.
Oh.
I've yelled at him for it many times.
Well, look. The time loss you lose from risking. I mean, A, don't make the jump unless you know you're gonna make it in a league match, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But do we know? Is it like 10 seconds? That time loss?
It saves like around 10 seconds or so.
Yeah.
Also, Derf here is going very aggressive, just going straight into the Falling Star Beast.
Oh, snipes. Dude.
If Derf is able to pull this off, it'd be very good for him.
He could also just be setting it up.
The one thing he needs to be careful about is he has duelist armor, which I believe increases enemy aggression, meaning he's more likely to get cummed on.
True. Don't clip that. I think we just found our new soundboard. All right, so one of the things like Derf could be doing is he could just be going to set the grace up, get the Summer 5 right here. Nope, he's doing it. He's going.
Nope, he's going for it.
I love it. Good stuff. Because
you know what they say about dandy Derfs. Massive balls, just giant.
Yeah,
you know,
tiny hands, massive balls. That's what I know him as.
Every time.
All right, so I do like this play,
dude. One of these days, I'm gonna make a joke like that, and I'm gonna see users in chat, and my mom's gonna be watching, and I will be horrified.
No, you're a big boy. You're such a big boy. I'm sure they'll understand. Which we, maybe the next progression is we have someone else on this call that has the soundboard up. We gotta trust them though. But
No, absolutely not.
All right, Derf is entering the fight. Here, let's go.
This is a massive fight for Derv here, Falling Star Beast. Also, Spirit Glaive at the halberd check Saitari mentioned.
Well, the other thing that I'm seeing right now, dude, Hoosier, is on that same column that Shira pointed out, you have Black Knife Assassins to Deathroot Garunk. I'm not sure if that was already stated, but that's like too synergistic to pass up if he does lock down this square.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Rambler has more map progression.
Yeah, Rambler kind of has to go crackpots immediately into Omen Killer, or just honestly stop doing crackpots. Yeah.
You're saying stop doing crackpots? I mean, he
like I'm saying like get these 3 crackpots and then maybe just go Omen Killer for the block, or at least go Omen Killer the second Falling Star Beast gets marked if you're a Rambler.
Yeah, no, I actually like that. I did too, because I mean, you're giving up crackpots in case your opponent did bring his crackpots, but we both know Derf did not, so that square is safe. You could almost say it's Rambler square already. Can we just go ahead and mark it for him? That way he can go ahead and move on?
No, that's not how this works.
I missed that start. Who is winning? Look at the board, Nardi. No kidding. It's Derf. Derf is up in the lead right now. Nartok. I'm liking the fight.
Yeah, Rambler chose to start with Health and Steeple and immediately went crackpots. Meanwhile, Derf started Flamberge and is going Boss on Torrent into Falling Star Beast.
I thought that may have been a death right there, but we're good.
Nah, he's too dandy for that.
He's too handy for that. Derf is acting like a big boy right now. All right, so I think Rambler is going Deathroot Garunk now after he grabbed those.
Yeah, it looks like he might be. He's going and grabbing the strength here. And, well, he can do the...
No. It's okay, Derf. So here, my perspective is you try something once in a game, you move on. Or do you think he gives this another try?
I think he goes it again. Also, I like what Rambler's doing because he knows that Derf went Boss on Torrent. So Rambler's going to Saintsbridge Merchant to get the crackpot instead of Bofa Cave, which allows him to get more map progression and still gets the crackpot. It's slower.
And it sets him up for Deathroot to Garunk. So this is actually a really
Derf,
good
you kicked down the Derf. The ladder's kicked down. Derf, you kicked it down. Okay.
Derf is hot. Derf is real hot right now, guys. Say it with me. Derf is hot. Derf is hot.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So there was crackpots for Rambler. Also, Iron Ball is there at the smithing merchant, or at the merchant. Oh, and Imped Elder. Does that one raise intelligence?
Yes.
That actually is good for Rambler with the extra good with Steeple.
No, both of those items. Like, go ahead and get the imp head. Go ahead and get the iron balls. You can wield iron balls right now. Go ahead and get the kill in, and then use the runes to level up for the. You don't need to worry about a flask tier or anything, because the last thing you want to do with Health and Steeple is worry about a flask tier, especially in some of the longer fights.
Yeah, especially because Derf's got balls of steel on his person, so Rambler wants to equal the playing field a bit. Rambler going and getting sleep pots. Why sleep pots?
Is there noble or apostle?
Maybe for Rykard, or I guess he already has crackpots. So if you're going Rykard, like might as well, right?
Do bell-bearing hunters? Okay, well you don't need to if you know the shield tech. But I'm just wondering, do they sleep?
I mean, everything sleeps. The thing is, most things sleep for like 2 seconds. They don't sleep
they do like the stagger thing and then they get up.
They don't sleep like apostles and nobles.
Falling Star Beast is just a misunderstood dog. You heard it here first.
Yeah, this is a long fight for Derf here.
It is at a +0 Flamberge, no bleed on a Falling Star Beast, no procs either. Like ideally, I think what if you push this, you die once.
I mean, like I understand why he still goes for it. It just sucks, right? Like it just because this square is a big time commitment. Anyways, Derf gets hit by the same move. Also, even if he heals, he might be one shot to some heavy attacks.
You got to be very careful. Pick your heal. Oh, what was that? Who was that? Rambler?
Derf!
Rambler dies to Liurnia skip.
Wait, what?
Oh no, Rambler actually. Well, he jumped off the bridge, Academy Bridge.
Yeah.
Torrent died, but he didn't.
Yeah, dude, that's really rough start there for Derf. You feel for him?
I do. So Derf just said he's going to go to Altus. And I think that's a smart play. I think, like, obviously, Rambler isn't pushing this square right now because he hasn't marked it, right? So why wouldn't you just go ahead and, hey, let's get up to EG, let's get Hoarfrost Stomp, at least put that type of Frost proc on it, so then go back to Falling Star Beast.
I think the biggest difference here is, like, Rambler read the Book of War, right? So, you know, he's in Derf's head. Derf now gets cummed on again. I told you earlier that the duelist armor would make him more likely to get cummed on, and there the cum came.
Hey, can we see some toe beans from James real fast? We want to see some toe beans.
You can see hand beans.
No, we want the paw beans, dude.
There you go.
Show us the beans.
He's fighting me, so no.
Look at those beans.
Yeah, this is a disaster start for Derf.
Derf, what are you freaking doing right now, buddy?
Come on, Derf, don't get cummed on. Dodge that cum. Good boy, Derf. Good boy.
That's like a Jackson Pollock painting in there.
Oh, God.
All right, so Derf leaving. Get this. I don't know if he needs a Somber 5. He doesn't even have a Somber weapon, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is really good for Rambler now.
Yeah, this is all the time.
Rambler's about to go +4 steeple online.
I think that was the play. So the problem is Rambler now has that +4 steeple.
Not yet. He has a +1. Oh, wait, no, he has extra money in his pocket.
+2.
Yeah, this is so good for Rambler.
It's hard not to see that Falling Star Beast square locked or marked. But this also,
yeah,
like Rambler's now having to wonder what is Derf doing.
Yeah, I mean,
he's marked a square.
He's hiding in. I mean, the bonus is that you do hide information, but goddamn, does that suck for Derf. Yes, this is Golden Order serious. Says the guy who barely qualified.
Yeah.
The last chance qualifiers. Last chance qualifiers, serious challenges, talking mad shit.
All right,
love you, serious.
Some serious burns going on right now.
Yep, Rambler going into Death Touched. This is really good for Rambler, man.
This is a good block. Derf is gonna hate to see this square get marked. It's 2 Death Root to Garunk, plus he's getting progress towards 2 Black Knives.
And especially, I don't really know. I don't think.
Yeah,
sorry, I don't think this is a. I think this is a Virgin's board. With Somber +9, Rykard, God Bosses, Imbued Keys. I think this is a board where you go Virgins into Altus. So, I mean, obviously getting Dectus Online's good. I don't know if it's optimal though.
I hate to think that this is going to go majority. I would like to see it bingo, but I think majority is the best outcome for both these players. Both these players have history. This is a good season opener. I don't want to see it
Rambler's playing, so you know he's not going to bingo.
That is true. And Rambler also has he doesn't like to do squares. He only does squares he likes. He doesn't want to be forced to do squares he doesn't like.
Yeah. There is the first Black Knife, though.
Yep.
Derf going round table for a weapon check. Also, Rambler. Oh, this could be real bad. I think Rambler's gonna go take Falling Star Beast. Yeah.
With the plus.
And this will be free for Rambler.
Yep. See, here's what I'm thinking is you go ahead and do Falling Star Beast into Altus. Derf's best thing right now is to just go ahead and hit up Altus and then maybe Omen Killer. Like Omen Killer on the way to Altus.
Yep. We will see what is at Twin Maidens. There is nothing. The finger seal.
You have the serpent bone.
That's smithing.
It's bad. Fantastic. It's absolutely dog shit. I know.
Yeah. Well, Shaka has a shit fetish. It's okay.
I do.
Yeah.
Look, if you're actually good at this game, it doesn't matter what weapon you wield.
Yep. It's not like you're racing against an opponent in real time. You just, +0. Doesn't matter. If you're good.
If you're good at it. If you're good enough, you can do it.
It's not physically possible to kill a boss fast enough. Get good. What can I say? Get good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't lose if you don't get hit.
I mean, in bingo, you totally can. But sure.
I actually started implementing that. There are certain attacks you can tank from a boss to get to greed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And in bingo, you're right. Like the mentality is like, nope. Get past boss no matter what it takes.
Yeah, like the best example I can give is the gold sword down slam from Margit. The best strat in bingo is to roll the first one, tank the second one, and then roll the big down slam.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Rambler closing in on the Falling Star Beast. Derf is getting full Dectus Online here, so he will be the first one into Altus most likely.
Yeah, he doesn't have prio on Black Knife. Like he needs to abandon that column. But actually what I like about this, remember we were talking originally about the diag top left bottom right?
Yeah,
having Rambler push this column right here, column 2, frees up Derf to work on that diag.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe that was the master plan this whole time.
Plans within plans, Book of War.
Planception. Is it actually dog poopy? I think it is, Stocko. Just like the Dragon Halberd. Give me the Dragon Scale Katana any day.
Yep, upgraded Steeple completely fucks the dog. And now Rambler has a +6 Somber.
And
Derf is in deep shit.
Yep. We're 20 minutes into the game and Derf still has a +0 Flamberge. He does pick up Ordovis.
Ordovis.
24th faith in requirement. It's
not
exactly
24. It's 15.
What is there a 24 rec on it? I thought there was a 24 rec on it.
It might be strength. It's only 15 faith. I'm the founder of the cult of Ordovis, so don't question me on this.
It might be 15 faith.
I promise you it's 15 faith.
You might be onto something here, Hoosier. I don't know.
I might be. Yeah, as the headmaster of the cult of Ordovis, I can tell you that it's I'm on to something here. Shotgun never back down.
That's right. We're big boys now. We never back down.
Mm-hmm. Well, I thought you said you were retiring from bingo after Ellie bingoed you.
You kidding me? It's like the Michael Jordan retirement. You know.
So what? You got busted for gambling?
Look, that's hearsay. No, allegedly. Which,
all right. Anyways, here Rambler.
Saying, if you're joining in for the season opening, you do get a extra 1,000 bingo bucks to spend on our very new website for Zero Scratch. Go ahead. I'll put the link in the chat. We do have a new website.
I want to give a massive shout out to Harv and Sci-Fi, and Shura as well. Those three, they literally made a website for us, like without asking. Also, like I've mentioned, like, oh, you know, it'd be nice to have a website, blah, 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 blah. They just like, I wasn't like, yo guys, can you make me one? Like we talked about it in passing or whatever. And then they just made a goddamn website. There you can see all of the VODs of matches are going to be posted. Scores are going to be updated. You can see past boards. You can see the standings. It's literally the greatest website to ever exist.
Here, Ricky, pin this comment instead.
So yeah, they built that too. I know also Crucible will be added on there as well. There won't be VODs unless maybe there will be VODs for the commentated ones. I don't know. I need to talk to them, but yeah, like everything else will be on there for the Crucible as well, which is incredible. Those guys are the best.
There's stats on there that you had no idea you wanted. Like, what is the boss's KD? Like, they're Noble's KD. Go ahead.
They're keeping track of different bosses' kill death ratios. They're keeping track. Well, it's this is game 1 of the season, so like it'll be updated. What else are they I think they're keeping track of like rush, like what like win squares are getting done, or I don't know. They're psychos. They're crazy. They're the greatest of all time. They are the heart and soul of this damn league. So appreciate the hell out of them.
And you have no idea, like, I mean, building a website, maintaining it, but making it look so clean, and the ideas that these guys had, you just threw these two geniuses in a tank and they came out with something extraordinary. So I'm very excited to see where this league is headed. I'm excited to see what these guys will do, like just the website. It's putting brick and okay. Look, when I work with small business to medium-sized business clients, main thing that I tell them is getting a website or having an online presence is essentially like an online brick and mortar. And that is what they have done for Zero Scratch, for Elden Squares, for the league that who just put together. Very exciting.
Yeah, so they have a death record, like the death ratio for bosses, and they also have a Rush Squares leaderboard. So the fastest times for all of the, like, that will be updated. As of right now, there's like dummy information in there because first day, but yeah. That will be very cool.
I think we also updated Elden Square's terms of services that we now have to refer to each player by their rank in the leaderboards.
No. Okay, be quiet, Crucible number 20.
Spit her down, dude.
No, that's not real. That's not real, by the way. It's not real.
Number 20 on the leaderboards, number 1 in your heart.
This is true.
Burn! Burn the massive raid!
Okay.
Burton, shake those dumpers. Show me the butt. Here, you want to give him a little twerk, Sush? Both little Shaka Who's twerk? I bet you won't.
Yeah. Well, wait, what? Me?
Little Shaka Who's twerk for the dumpers from the Burton raid.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is unhinged. Let's get Jesus.
Yeah. All right, we're done. We're done. I'm done.
We gotta get back on track. Holy shit. This is the setup portion of the match, okay? Anyways, Rambler versus Derf, Elden Scrolls Season 2, opening game of the year. Yes, we'll talk about Bingo Stacko. If you guys don't know Elden Scrolls, it's a grassroots merit-based bingo league. Anyone is welcome to play. Doesn't matter if you're a big content creator or the average Joe, we'd love to have you. And this is the Golden Orders. It's the top 18 players. They're going to be competing in an 8-game regular season, and this is game number 1 of the year. So far, we have Rambler versus Derf to update you on the status of the match. Rambler's up 2-1 right now. He has overall a pretty big advantage. He had the better weapon. He has the better weapon setup, and they're about equal on map progress. Derf is going the smithing route. Meanwhile, Rambler started with health and steeple. Derf, actually, I really liked Derf's opening play, but the Falling Star Beast said no, right? But overall, it's an exciting match in game one of the season. Thank you guys so much for rating in. Happy to have you. If you guys want to give Shaka and the players a follow as well, that'd be greatly appreciated because they are the best. And yeah, we're looking forward to it. Thank you so all for being here.
Burton is actually in the Crucible with me, so looking forward to our rematch. Sorry, I have a tickle in my throat. Okay, but yeah, Burton, thank you for the raid, and thank you for all the support you show Hoosier. You've shown me. We love you, and looking forward to seeing you play. Coming back to playing some bingo.
Burton is the GOAT.
He really is.
We love Burton.
What were y'all guys doing over there? Was Burton doing? Were we playing some Zelda?
I'm assuming. Oh no! Wait, he was playing a Crucible game. Yes, he was playing a Crucible game. How did that go? How did that go, Bert? Did he win?
Yeah.
What was the final score? Let's go, Burton. Attaboy. Good job, Burton.
7-2.
Yep.
Well done. Oh my goodness.
See, don't you wish you could do that, Crucible number 20? Oh my god! Wait, Rambler just died in Fortnite. I've never seen that before.
That never happened.
Did he grab the Grace? Okay, he did.
Yes, Shaka has bingoed plenty of people. That's so funny. Well, at least he grabbed the Grace. There's a funny moment in our coach match where I did not grab the Grace going into Fortnite. So this is a perfect situation where you might want to grab the Grace.
No, I've never seen that before. He got hit by a fire pot and Bloodblade at the exact same time and just exploded.
I've seen it. I've seen it happen. I mean, this is my first stop in a hitless routing. So the fire pod, if you don't jump into that guy at the top of the stairs, you don't roll it, do something. If he jumps into him, perfect. Okay, he's killing him now, so he's good. But that bloody slashlight, you come here during the day, he immediately aggroes. He's walking up there, and some of his first attacks will be that bloody slash, and it will knock you off the ladder, especially if you got hit by that fire pod already.
Mm-hmm.
I've had that exact same scenario happen when I was first figuring out Fortnite.
Yeah, Shaka has the greatest unscripted strats of all time, where it's like, yeah,
Trial and error,
how
man.
to free ball more effectively. If you want to learn that, follow Shaka.
There-
Okay, Rambler does finally upgrade here all the way to, I think he's going to go all the way to plus. He's missing the 5. Okay, you have to get the 5 outside of the Falling Star Beast arena. But he will be able to get up to plus 6 here. Derf is still playing catch up here. My guess here, I mean, I don't know. It's
Well, so
Rambler, so
Derf-
we could see
Derf
this
is
go a
with the
lot of
last
different
one.
ways.
Well, Derf is at the end of his smithing route, so he's about to have a plus 9. Right? Unfortunately, you're about 20 minutes too late.
Yeah.
He does have both Dectus medallions, right? So he can go ahead. I think the next square is the Ash of War Lightning Ram. That has to be or Black Knife Assassins.
I mean, if Rambler gets Lightning Ram, that's actually really dangerous because what Rambler can do is if he wins Lightning Ram, he puts pressure on the middle row in the diag, use that pressure and his square lead to just shut down the board and then ride it out with a plus 6 health and steeple. I think that's probably the. I mean, maybe you do actually end up going for a bingo.
I think you go for the bingo. If you okay, what are his options if he gets this?
I mean, I just think like I know the way Rambler plays, right? I think realistically, if he gets center square, he's going to shut down the board, meaning block Derf's other available bingos, and then he will assess his options to bingo for sure. But I think he just shuts down the board first, and then like once the only way you can lose is a majority game, it's a lot easier to pick your spot and like you can rush a bingo line without worry because. One of the things that I see happen a lot is like you rush a bingo line, your opponent blocks you, that block feeds into your opponent's bingo, and then you get counter bingoed, right? If you have all the squares blocked, you don't have to worry about the counter bingo, right? Like, yeah, you lose a square, whatever, it's not great, but you can't get bingoed.
So you're saying that it's a way of parrying his bingo.
Pretty much, yes. Like, for instance, hypothetically, right? You know, if Derf is going for, say, like, row 2, right? If Rambler pushes the top left to bottom right diag and Derf starts picking up some other squares on row 2.
Is Derf trying to snipe B2 Death from Garage?
I think he is.
Because that's not the play, man. Rambler's about to do Lightning Ram. While Derf is doing Black Knife, he's setting up Black Knife Assassins.
Death Roots and it sets up Black Knife Assassins though. Also, Nodals, thank you so much for the resub. I really appreciate it, dude. Thank you for the 4 months.
Nodals is a goated and awesome person. We love them.
He is, yeah, he is. But yeah, man, Rambler's in a really dominant position here because he can get Lightning Ram. Then Lightning Ram can set him up. He can kill his second. Oh my goodness,
he's gonna kill the second Black Knife up here.
He can kill the second Black Knife Assassin. I mean, you could finish a Death Root easily. Also, that Black Knife Assassin's right in front of an Altus Hero's grave that you could do.
So he kills the second Black Knife. He gets Ash of War. He does a Lightning Ash of War, and then he goes and kills Elmer Briar. That's what I think you do.
He doesn't seem to be going for Ash of War Lightning Ram though. Maybe looking at Tree Scent Duo.
Well, he also might be worried that Derf might be working on the square too.
Yeah. My guess is that he's worried that Derf has done nothing. So I wonder if he's worried that Derf is going for the center square right now. So Rambler might be thinking Tree Scent Duo into Incants. Tree Scent Duo to get your economy up, then Incants. And actually, hell, Tree Scent Duo into Incants builds up a really nasty column 4 threat.
It does. You mean row 4?
No, column 4. Tree Scent Duo into Incants, column 4.
Oh, you're looking at Dung Eater, Ancestor Spirit.
Yeah.
Rambler's not going to go kill Dung Eater and Ancestor Spirit.
I mean, I'm not saying that he will, but I'm saying that he'll use that pressure as leverage, right?
Fair. That's fair. Pressure your opponent to do the squares you don't want to do.
Actually, it looks like Rambler. I think Rambler is just setting up an Altus. Okay,
I
so
think he's kind of like progressing, but also sort of stalling to see what Derf is actually doing.
yeah, I think he's assuming that he was second to Altus, so probably trying to figure out what Derf is doing a little bit, right? So progressing all of Altus, because now by going the slow way to Ashavor, yeah, he's going the slow way to Ashavor Lightning Ram, but like you set up Tree Scent Duo along the way. You also get some golden seeds. You set up DTS if you ever need to go to Capital. You set up Tree Spirits. I think overall the trade-off is like I'm going the slower way, but I can see if my opponent's going to do anything to make sure I don't get to help me not get sniped potentially. And I can go set up.
Rambler is a turtle and Derf is a hare. Slow and steady versus fast and hairy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, Rambler. Yeah.
Well, did you know that Derf opened up his own gas station called Derfy Slurpees?
Mm-hmm.
So Rambler go on his way to the Black Knife Catacomb along with the Lightning Ram.
Yeah.
War.
Here, wait. I'm sorry, because we're gonna have a change in co-commentator here. All right, now we can watch some bingo, guys. Oh, Rambler actually. God damn, this is such a Rambler play. Rambler going to pick up the Altus Somber 5 instead of the Falling Star Beast one because it is ever so slightly more optimal. I'm sure he probably saves like a total of 5 to 10 seconds. True, Wiki. I wonder.
I'm wondering if he's gonna fight the Black Knife now or if he's doing Ash of War.
Yeah,
first.
I mean, there's an argument to do it now, but I think the Lightning Ram score is just too important, mainly because like that top left to bottom right diag that you correctly pointed out earlier is actually pretty threatening. I would want to get a block on that right away.
And it looks like that's what Rambler's gonna do. Unless he's grabbing it, then he kills the Black Knife, then you port back to round table.
No, he's just straight going to do it.
Yeah. Well,
I'm gonna let's check in with Derf here, see what he's thinking about doing here.
Wanderer, GG's on your game last night. Wanderer won his Crucible match, his second Crucible League match last night. GG's to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Wanderer played a really nice game yesterday. Really nice game.
Yeah. Well, we won't talk about the miss mark.
Yeah, public service announcement. I realized I fucked up somewhere because this is the second time we've had it happen. Now, fool me one time.
Shame on me, George Bush.
Yeah. The beast claws are not fist weapons. They are not. The only things that are they're just not.
If it was a fist weapon, they would call beast fist. Beast fist. But they're not.
Look.
No, I know.
I know it's a little confusing because like the hand to hand do count as fist. The reason why is because hand to hand make punchy and beast claw make clawy.
Scratchy.
Yeah.
Scratchy.
Like cat.
Oh, so the sword goes in my hand. It might as well be a fist weapon.
No. We don't need to re-engage this conversation. I literally got shit on last night for talking about this. I apologize. Just wanted to make a public service announcement. Okay.
This is where you quote Judge Dredd and you say, "I am the law."
All right. You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Come on, I am the law. This is not a democracy. It is a dictatorship.
I am the Senate.
I am the Senate.
Okay, Derf here looks like he's going incants. Rambler's going to go ram some sheep. Pause.
1.
God, who's... That's a shocker joke, and I didn't even do it.
3.
Yeah, but I am the Senate.
5.
The Master Skywalker. There's so many of them.
7.
Dude, that double ram hit by Rambler was amazing.
Yeah, by the way, 4 friendly NPCs is on the Rush Square leaderboard. The record on that's gonna be like an hour.
It's really gonna mess up the average time for Square.
Nicely done by Rambler there. Kills the sheep.
Oh, Derf. Derf is in trouble now. Derf needs a big play here. And when I say a big play, I mean a play that's going to net him 2 to 3 squares. Rambler on his way back, not to the Black Knife Assassin. Oh, he's going to Tree Sentinel Duo.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's Derf. That's Derf. Sorry, I saw Derf. Derf is going Tree Sentinel Duo. Rambler is going Black Knife. This is just a weird board. There's a lot of like I've come to like think that every board is just weird. Is my mic okay? Is it still here? Let me. Look. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Yours is fine. Mine is having issue. Okay, cool. So the thing about this fight with the Black Knife right there, that backstab, aim for that all day, every day. Black Knife Assassin's done. Derf in a very troubling position right now. Oh no, and Derf has to restart the Sentinel fight. He really needs to get this on the board here. The other thing is that feed to Death Root to Garunk is about to be marked as well by Rambler. That means Rambler's up 5-1. Derf needs to finish this fight as soon as he can. The question will be, what does Rambler do next? You okay, Who's you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, good.
Sorry, I realized you could hear my mic, but stream couldn't. So when I was yelling mic into my mic to test.
No, I couldn't hear you, actually.
Oh, okay.
What up, Arato? Arato. From the Ginger Gang. We love seeing you.
Yeah, this is look. So Rambler is gonna get the Death Root here. Also, by feeding Death Root, actually, I don't think you do get any accounts for 2 Death Root.
Well, I'm over here. So like Derf was obviously like he did 2 practice matches earlier, 3 practice matches.
Man, I told Derf to the second. I wonder if that second practice match hurt him. I told him against Malta, like he had a rough start. I told him just FF.
Yeah. Forfeit. Get your mind right. Get ready for this game. Gets the bleed he was looking for. Let's get the second Tree Sentinel. Where is Rambler doing? Rambler is just having just
picked up the second Death Root from the tibia.
You know that meme where there's one kid who's having the time of his life singing the Maroon 5 song, and then there's the other kid who's like hard at work, slamming on his keyboard, sweating, trying to like get some type of project done. That's what I'm seeing right now between these two. Rambler's just
I think the kid was singing, making my way downtown, walking fast, eating ass, and I'm homebound.
And I need you, and I want you, and now
I wonder, if YouTube will demonetize this video because we're so good at singing.
Please, YouTube. Please. We want
Nicely
some more.
nicely done. Okay, nicely done by Derf there. Gets second square. Man, I need to cool it down. I've been too fucking unhinged. It used to be, the problem was oh my god, now my camera shit itself. Great. How long has my camera?
I just noticed it, so just like recently. Actually, screenshot it. Somebody screenshot that right now. Damn it.
There we go.
That's okay. You look great, Who's.
Yeah, something's wrong's happening with my my PC's acting up. I don't know what's happening. My,
you know
my
what they
shit's been
say?
freezing a lot or something.
Apples. Look, the apple doesn't fall far from the orange tree. Okay.
Okay. Whatever that fucking means. What the fuck does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
What the fuck does that mean, Kobe Bryant? Nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative and it gets people going. All right, we have Hoosier's new profile pic.
Yeah. Rambler. Okay, so Rambler is now going for Omen Killer.
Which is good. This is a good play.
I mean, it's just
him.
like such an early square to have on the board, right?
I like the 12 incants into Sentinel, or the duo into 12 incants.
Mm-hmm.
Ginger, I appreciate the screenshot. We'll make good use of that in the server.
It looks like I think Derf is going for Godric as a god boss. Also, it's a ticket into capital if he does need to go later for Dung Eater and Sewer Mogue, and he can kill at Colossal Armaments only. I do like this play a lot from Derf here.
Well, I'm also thinking, like, does Rambler push his diag bottom left to top right? I don't think he will, but he could if he wanted to.
Yeah. I think for Derf, I think the biggest thing for Derf here is he needs to play aggressive, right? Like, this game's still winnable for Derf, but you can't play conservative and win this game, especially not against Rambler, who is a very conservative player himself. He's probably he's not a guy who's gonna make a lot of mistakes. So like, if you're Derf, you have to push the issue and be aggressive.
So here's the other thing I like right now. I'm looking at column 5, right? We can go ahead and lock into Barbarian Hunters. You're setting yourself up for 4 god bosses, and then you just open yourself up for 2 tree spirits by getting Stormveil unlocked, and you have Altus. Like, let's go ahead and do that. Now, how do we hide it? How do we not get him? We go ahead and shut down 4 god bosses. No, we need to do Barbarian Hunters first. I mean, because that'll at least set up a row 2 possible bingo threat.
Well, Rambler's actually going Bellbearing Hunters.
Yep.
He's going. I love this play, actually. This got popular in the middle of last season because people used to always do Bellbearing Hunters with like the Church of Vows in the Limgrave one. The Limgrave one's still pretty much 100%er, but man, this Altus one is really fast. He's tankier, but not nearly as tanky as the Dragon Barrow one. He's pretty close to relevant Sites of Grace. I really like this a lot.
Oh my god. So when you say he's a bit tankier, like compared to the Liurnia one, I guess we're gonna see now how tanky he is.
It's definitely tankier, but it's not like the Dragon Barrow one, which is just like leaps and bounds above.
You got a +6.
No, it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem at all. And like, just location wise, it's at a much better location. Very heads up play by Rambler here.
I'll give you a heads up play.
Say Leia.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
So just say Leia, Shaka. Say Leia.
Say Leia. All right, so we're gonna see the shield bash tech here from our very own professor.
From Ramble Goat.
Whoa, that stagger was that 2 heavies and then a third quick?
Yeah, they have 80 poise, so 2 charge R2s.
Yeah,
and one more shot should pretty much do it. Yeah, as you can see, like, obviously this is +4 It's a
just
plus.
hit
It's a plus 6 health and steeple, so like obviously it's a lot of damage. So like this guy is decently tanky, but it's not insane at all.
Yeah, no, I actually might start using this as a part of my route. Like I said, Derf is doing Tree Spirits and Stormveil. GG's to Rambler there on the Bell Bearing.
Yeah, it's not a must, but it's an option. And like this is just very Rambler strategy, right? Rambler gets that Bell-Bearing Hunter, shuts down everything except the column 1, and that column 1 is such a horrific line. It's kind of a non-threat just because of how isolated the squares, isolated and difficult the squares are. Like it is really a non-threat. Wiki, I didn't kick you off. You were reffing a different game. And
you can't ref 2 games at once. That's 4 players you have to watch.
All right, Rambler is murdering the Great Bernie Bingo, and there he goes.
Okay, so that's first Tree Spirit down. He's going to go up to Altus for the second Tree Spirit. I think with Bell Bearing... Is this his second? This is his second Bell Bearing.
Yeah, this is second Bell-Bearing Hunter. And I mean, after this, Rambler really, like, if you're really nervous, you could look for a block on column 1, but I honestly don't even think you need to worry about it. It is just such a long, isolated column. Just like, go do whatever you like. Just go see square, get square, right? Like you can, in this league, it's a little, if you're used to watching bingo brawlers, this league is a little different, right? Once you get majority, you have majority. So you don't need to block all the bingos. Due to that, in Rambler's case, I think he can just go and like, I think Rambler would be able to get to 13 before Derf could rush column 1.
Yep. Agreed. Additionally, Derf doesn't have a somber weapon, nor has he been prepping a somber weapon. So he's definitely.
I mean, he has Flamberge with Frost and Bleed. It does cook. Rambler is doing 4 friendly NPCs now, finally.
Yeah.
Bernie is 1, Vare is 2.
Will we see Bach and Alexander next?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, Bach and Alexander.
Dino has requested that game 2, it might start a little bit early, but not crazy, right?
All right, Derf finishing up his second Tree Spirit. There we go, Derf.
Yep, that's 2 Tree Spirits for Derf.
Clawing his way back. He's only 3 squares down. I wouldn't count him out until let's see. Like I don't.
I mean, he's gonna be. Rambler is gonna set, by the way, the record time on the Rush Square leaderboard for 4 friendly NPCs. Gonna be in the mid 45 or mid 55 minutes. Pretty good rush time on 4 friendly NPCs.
It might be hard to beat, but
honestly,
we'll see if anyone else
agree.
can do it.
Okay, so Derf is going to fist Rick.
Yes.
Oh my God! Tops died before he could stood up, and then the way it works is he continues to stand up, and then once he finishes standing up, then he dies. That was pretty funny.
So there's your 4 NPCs, and good choice of a block by Derf. Just a little too late.
Yeah, I gotta say, Rambler's played a hell of a game so far.
This has been a fantastic game by Rambler, and I don't want to say anything, but I did prep Rambler for his game today. I played him last night, late night before he went to bed. So we'll have to ask
Shaka used his smooth hands to warm up Rambler.
It was the Shaka buff. It worked for Sci-Fi. It worked for Rambler. There's magic in the sauce.
I've got the magic in me.
fuck does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
All right, Derf is fisting Rick. We'll check in with Rambler quickly as he goes and smacks Margador on the house.
Yep. Rambler is just a new animal, but the same beast.
You know what's crazy? Is this is a +6 steeple. On my chicken wing run, my damage was better with a +0 chicken wing.
Chicken wing. Apple and bananas. No? Okay. Is Dino and Ginger playing? Yes. Oh, that'll be a good game. Stick around for that, okay, everybody? You know what Rambler is not doing is he is not playing like shit today. I like this play by Rambler to like go ahead and go into Godric. He's gonna lock down 4 god bosses.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's gonna make progress towards it. He could also do Godric Colossal.
Does he have a colossal?
I think there's one in Round Table. I'm not sure if he's checked it yet though, because he went to Round Table and quickly dipped since he already had his weapon.
True. Yeah, if I have Steeple, I'll go look at the maidens, but I'm not buying anything.
I mean, I think in hindsight, like with this game, right? Like, if you don't start with like if you see Steeple in a starting class and you don't start with it, you really have to capitalize on the early game, right? And just Derf wasn't able to get that done today.
So here's where what I think. Like, I agree with you. I think Derf didn't choose to go Steeple. You're choosing to go Flamberge. You need to go get that to +9 with Cold Infusion as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Because getting a Steeple to +4 is way easier than getting the Flamberge online. And I think he pushed Falling Star Beast too early. I love that play, but I think you set it up and then you go set up because Rambler doesn't even go to fight the Falling Star Beast until minute 25, 30.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is though, like if you're going to set up, like if your plan is to set up off rip, go Steeple, right? Like I think if you go Flamberge, like Derf had the right idea, right? Like you go ultra aggressive, you try to dominate the early game and hope that you get in a big enough square lead to make up for the weapon deficit later on, right? Unfortunately though for Derf was just it didn't work out for him. Obviously still has a chance in this match. Belden, I didn't hear no bell, but it doesn't look good for Derf right now.
No, it's just the plays that the squares are getting so isolated that the synergy to make big plays where you're capitalizing on 2-3 squares at once isn't there. The Bell-bearing Hunters, Elmer, 4 god bosses, like it's just Derf doesn't have the progress he needs to really like say there's a comeback imminent comeback happening.
Yeah, also Rambler picked up Derf's gonna get sniped here. Derf is doing a colossal check, but Rambler picked up it's Blide Sword, the Royal Greatsword somewhere. And I mean, this thing shreds. It's a colossal with frost. Rambler can get it online because the stat requirements are very similar to Steeple.
Decent damage too.
Yeah, this thing's good.
What is the Ash of War? I've actually never used it.
It's kind of like you basically do like I hope he does it. It's actually pretty good. You do like a front flip with frost. It's really
like
interesting.
Claw,
it looks
frost?
cool. No, it's not like Lion's Claw. It's not quite as good as Lion's Claw, but it does do frost. It's pretty cool looking and pretty good. It's not as broken or strong as Lion's Claw, but it's good. I wish Rambler would do it because it is. I don't believe the frost is native on the weapon. I think the frost is only in the Ash of War.
Can somebody go chat in Rambler's stream and tell him to use the Ash of War for the culture?
Yeah. Oh, there he just did it, but I put him on the small screen. Derf is doing Pumpkinhead duo.
Oh, that is so cool.
All right, Derf gets the first one down. This is for Ruins bosses here for Derf.
I think this is a good play by Derf. Like I was looking at that square earlier, and it's not It's not a long square. It's definitely a medium square, but you already have the map progression, so you can make it pretty quick.
All right. Of course, Rambler starts doing the Ash right when I switch to Derf.
I know.
I was like, Rambler has this. He's not gonna die to Godric. Let's check in with Derf. It's more interesting. And then he starts doing the damn Ash.
Derf with his first Ruins boss down. Rambler marks Killer Remembrance boss Colossal only. We're still 3 squares deficit. Sorry, 4 squares. Yeah, because Derf hasn't marked through Ruins bosses.
Yeah, and like the pace from Rambler recently has just been crazy, right? So Rambler marked. This was very much a Rambler setup and then explode board. Rambler had 2 squares through 42 minutes, and then in the last 20 minutes, Rambler has marked 7 squares.
That's insane because he did.
Yeah.
He mixed Deathroot, Black Knife, Assassins, 4 NPCs, and Lightning Ash of War together.
Yeah, Rambler got Lightning Ram at minute 42. I'm rounding. Black Knife at minute 44. Garronk, Deathroot to Garronk at minute 46. Omen Killer at minute 49. Bell-Bearing Hunters at minute 53. Friendly NPCs at minute 55. And now Remembrance Colossal at minute 102. Like
That is awesome. That is what Elden Squares is about. Some of the best Elden Ring, best routing, best just fucking speed running through a board like this.
Yeah, and it's why it's dangerous. Like if you play a player like Rambler, right? Because he will outroute you, right? Like Rambler just will outroute you. And if you, especially if you give him the freedom like he had in this game to just set up and go.
You know that scene in John Wick? When
Oh
John
my
Wick's
God,
like,
that's a mismark by Derf's gonna mismark.
What did Derf do?
Derf forgot to mark 3 Ruins bosses because he did Pumpkinhead earlier. That was his 3rd Ruins boss.
That was his 3rd Ruins boss.
Yeah. That sucks.
That's gonna be the nail in the coffin for
That,
Derf.
that's insult to injury for Derf.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get no. We're not getting Derf. Guys, I do get the reactions while you get sniped. I don't get the reactions while the ref tells you mismarked. All right, that's
Derf, listen, buddy. I know you really wanted that square, Derfy boy, but listen, you did a Ruins boss as your first square. I'm so sorry.
You're forgetting to rub. You're forgetting to rub your nipples, Shaka.
I'm so sorry, Derf. I know you really wanted that square. I know. Come on.
It does look like we have an Elmer. I think this is going to be an Elmer race. So Derf was going to go for Sanguine Noble, but I think now Derf's going to try to go for Elmer.
Yeah.
Yes, Derf's been told. Derf's been told, but Rambler will not know.
Derf has put in a lot of effort, a lot of practice. It's like,
I mean,
it's unfortunate. Just a few. I think excitement for the game, wanting to play well, practice. I think it just. Look, like overtraining. You know what I mean? Like in sports, look, you can overtrain.
I mean, I'll say this. Like here, if you're for the Derf fans out there, because I know there are a lot of them, right? Here's the perspective you can have on this, right? Like, is this Derf's best game? No, right? Let's keep it a buck. It's not. But Rambler played great. And Rambler's also, I mean, look, he came 4th in Elden Squares last season. He came second in second in all the other bingo competitions he's competed in, right? Like Rambler has never finished worse than 4th in a bingo event. He's highly likely to make playoffs. Obviously, you would have hoped for a better performance, but look, is a loss to Rambler the end of the world? No. It's only week 1. It's a long season. There's plenty of time for Derf to rebound, and I think he's a really strong player regardless of the outcome today. Very likely to make playoffs. Serious. Great. I'm so glad one of my players asked me, how does this tournament even work? The way that it works. Yeah. So there's 8 weeks. So there's 9 players in each division. Every player will play everyone in their division. So there'll be 8 games over 8 weeks. And then the top 4 in each division will make playoffs. And then playoffs will be best 2 out of 3.
And yes, it is fight to the death for the last 2.
It was originally 9 weeks, Ellie. But we had 2 players drop out. So it went from 20 to 18. Oh, I see you have the same G2 pen.
I do. I saw you. I was like, I just bought me a new pack earlier.
Dude, they're the best pens.
Hey,
Not sponsored, but like if you need a good pen, G2. Or is it
pen. The G stands for goat.
G2 Pilot.
I like to tell people I have my pilot's license because I write with a G2 pen. Anyways, Derf heading down to do the second tree ball. No, what's he doing down here?
So Ellie, it's a player's first league, so I always leave it up to the players what you guys want to do. If like the standard for the playoffs is that it's split across 2 days. How it's split is up to you guys, and if both players agree to do all 3 in one day, we'll do all 3 in one day. But it's a player's first league, especially if you make the playoffs, right? Like I'm going to accommodate to you guys. For those who make it to playoffs, they will have worked their ass off to get to that point. So I think being able to accommodate to the schedule and structure that you guys want is necessary, just out of respect.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a proponent of 1 game a day. It makes it a lot longer. The reason being is just because like it's one thing to lose, but it's another thing to lose twice in a row in the same series.
Yeah. Rambler is going for Elmer here. Meanwhile, Derf is going for the Altus Heroes Grave.
Yep, he's gonna be fighting the Red Wolf here while Rambler is in with the Bell Bearing with Elmer. Elmer has the same movesets as all the other Bell Bearing hunters, right? Or does he have like an extra?
No, he has the exact same moveset, just a different name.
Yeah, I didn't think that there was a difference or an additional attack that he had. You know what I would like to fight? A duo fight with the Red Wolf and Elmer the Briar.
What the fuck?
You're saying that would be terrible. I'm just saying you have the Elmer the Briar, who you have to stay close to, otherwise he's going to start throwing his sword around. And at the same time of dodging his moves, you also have to dodge Red Wolf's either quick bite attacks or his blue carrion shards. Ample. I second the what the fuck. You can tell me now that any Red Wolf in any combination is absolutely terrible. I bet. How about 2 Red Wolves at the same time?
I believe we call that DD.
I think we should consider that as like one of our events that we have like mid-season or after the season is like we see who can last longest in the most cursed duo fight.
Okay. Sure.
I'm just saying, you know, it's like I'm down. What would we call that? You know, like it's the Thunderdome, the bingo,
the Pain Olympics.
Pain Olympics, yeah. I think that's what we should do. It's not a game of like skill, it's a game of mental fortitude.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Rambler here looks like I'm surprised Rambler isn't finishing up Ruins bosses actually, but he's not.
Do you know why he's going Radon right now? Second remembrance for capital access for Moog, maybe.
Second remembrance sets up Valiant Gargs and sets up Ancestor Spirit. Also, if you go capital, you can do Somber 9 in capital, so he could end basically the entire game in the sewers with Somber 9, Dung, and Sewer Moog.
Are you considering the Onyx boss down there for the Somber Stone?
No, you don't need the Onyx boss. So Rambler already has a Somber 6. There's a 7 in a Scarab by Moog Shackle. And then you just get the 8 and 9. And then you just get the 8 and 9 in Dragon Barrow. Get the same.
That's so right. I always forget there's a 7 in that rusted pipe down there by the lobsters.
Mhm.
That's what I need to start learning is like where all the 7s are, because you really only have like 2 options to get the 6. No, 7. You only have 2 options really.
The 7's
outside
the
of
hardest
non-boss.
one to get.
Yeah. Rambler now discussing the game, saying that he put Derf on the defensive early, and he absolutely did. I think again, Derf, you first try Falling Star Beast, completely different game. And I think the main question we're just gonna have to ask Derf is, hey, Flamberge over Health and Steeple, is that a decision you're happy with, or do you think you would have made it differently?
I mean, hindsight being 2020, I think you make it differently. But like, look, if Derf doesn't die, right, and Derf gets 2 more early squares, like it's an 8-8 game right now. Like that's, I think, I don't think it's a bad decision to go with Steeple, but you have to, or to go with Flamberge, but you just have to capitalize on it, right?
Mm-hmm. You gotta set that up first, like trying to
yeah, you gotta just annihilate the early game and put Rambler on the back foot early, like.
Yes, Arado. It's majority.
It's first to
no bingo.
it's either a bingo line or first to 13 majority.
Optionally, you can choose to twerk in the camera for the ultimate win.
Okay.
You don't win the game, but you do win the audience. Twerk, 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 twerk.
Holy hell, that was crazy damage on Radon, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at this now. He's gonna get another Frost proc here soon.
Yeah, because Okina resets Frost for you. There's the. Oh my god, is this a 1 cycle?
There it is. Yeah, dude, it might be.
Come on, Rambler, get the 1 cycle.
Come on, Rambler.
Yeah, attaboy, hitless 1 cycle,
Jeez.
Radon. That's awesome. Fuck yeah, Rambler.
Radon 1 cycle in the opening match. What a day.
Radon 1 cycle hitless, baby. That was
Beautiful.
hot.
I can hear it now. Rambler is back. Rambler is hot.
Someone's
people were saying Rambler was washed. What are those rumors?
Ramble on,
Hearsay.
brother. Ramble on. No, I'll be honest. I think Rambler was playing coy a little bit. I think Rambler intentionally talks about how he's bad to make people underestimate him. I think
it's the art of war, the book of war.
The book of war. I actually think like this is mainly because of the square set and the rule set. I think this is the best rule set for Rambler ever. It's because the boards are so varied. There's not really like as much of a set meta as there was last season. It really is dependent on your ability to look at and read a board from the early game and make a strategy. Like that is so much more important this season than it ever has been. Like, because last season you could kind of do the same route of like set up Dectus, get a +4 weapon, get to Altus early, and like that would be the best strategy on like 80% of boards. This season that does not work, right? Like that does not work nearly as well. Like you have to really adapt to the board and be able to read a board, and I don't think anyone's better at reading the board than Rambler.
And I think that's just a testament to the hard work that you guys and the guys in the Golden Order have done in picking out a square set, adapting and changing that square set. The Harv and Sci-Fi and sure, like the work on the mod itself, our mod engine, like just all the hard efforts that's gone into create a fantastic, what I believe is going to be the best bingo season that we've seen to date.
I mean, I'm excited. Look, I'm excited. I'm not apologizing. Like, I think top down, this is the most talented bingo league. You know, like there's 18 fucking killers in this league, right? 18 guys who can win on any given day, and you know, I'm just really excited. I'm really, really excited for this season. Like, I genuinely like. Okay, I'm gonna get fucking sappy here. I remember sitting and watching like Brawler, especially Brawlers like season 3, man. Like I was the biggest fan. Like I was just like eating popcorn on my couch like all day, like talking, like watching Bingo. Like it was like football Sunday, but like for Bingo, right? It was my favorite.
Yeah.
You know, a year later or so, to be able to commentate a league of our own, with, you know, the most amazing players like in the world, and a bunch of people that I'm lucky enough to call friends to, you know, do it with. Like,
You think we're friends?
okay, I wasn't talking to you.
Crucible number 20.
Yeah. Genuinely
No,
though,
sorry.
genuinely though, like
Yeah.
it like means a lot. Like it actually really does mean a lot. And I just feel very #blessed.
Feels like just a couple days ago, I was hanging out at a Derf stream and they were talking about this random kid, this new kid on the block named Who's, who wanted to bring a league together for Bingo. I was just hopping at a Derf stream for RL1, run level 1 run tips and tricks and maybe get to a hitless attempt myself. And then I met Who's, and at first, I gave him some shit, but then, after a while,
Yeah.
started understanding what the vision.
If you build it, they will come.
Tom mentioned.
All right, Rambler's about to take care of business here against the Draconic Tree Sentinel. Ratty, it's okay that I'm mid. I'm your mid.
Who's kind of mid, to be honest? Damn.
I'm your mid. I'm your mid.
Well, you could have just said, even if you're mid, you're still taller than. Well, never mind. Derf fighting Noble, getting to Rykard, secure square. I think he's just trying to you got to just get squares at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of guessing and trying to get squares for sure.
Derf is hot. What's for lunch today? I'm thinking honey roasted turkey sandwich. All right. We also have Rambler heading into.
Shaka, has someone ever told you need an Adderall prescription?
I used to have one.
No. Makes sense.
And then I stopped because it made me so robotic. Raw dogging life is the only way to do it. Makes it way more interesting. I don't know. Good dodge, Derf.
Nicely done.
Noble on his way to Rykard.
Yep. I mean, unfortunately, though, like, Derf may be able to snipe Somber 9 from Rambler, but there's nothing he can do about Dung Eater and Sewer Mode. He just cannot stop this.
He's not going to be able to catch up. Because this Dung Eater is 12 and Sewer Mode is 13, and there's no way you're catching up there.
Yeah.
Now, Rykard would be Derf's 4th god boss, so he does he stands to net 3 squares from this route that he's going on right now.
Yeah, like Derf could get a good amount of squares here. It's just
will he be fast
not enough in the race to 13, right?
Mm-hmm. Like, because Rambler's already working on his last 2 squares right now.
Yeah.
All-time Rambler incident coming. I don't know. Rambler has been absolutely cooking in the
Rambler's
kitchen.
been lights out today. I mean, has Rambler died?
I don't think he has, actually. Thinking about it, looking back. No. Even the jump off the academy.
Yeah,
bridge,
we thought he was gonna die, but he didn't. I mean, Rambler is like tactically. Rambler might be the best bingo player in the world. Just period.
I was gonna say, Golden Order better be on the lookout for Rambler after this.
Yeah,
match.
like if Rambler doesn't make mistakes and plays relatively fast, he's very hard to beat, right? Like, oh right, he did
Rambler
get memed in
die.
height. He got memed in height. He got memed in height. Yeah, but like. The one thing, Rambler is not the fastest player in the world, right? Like he doesn't go for a ton of skips if he doesn't have to and these sorts of things. But I mean, tactically, he's lights out, right? Like he's the Rambler is bar none the greatest Elden Ring bingo coach in the world, and like that's true for a reason, right?
Amen.
Like when it comes to bingo coaching, Rambler's the damn goat.
He does ramble. You just got to get him going. So, Derf entering Reichard's fight.
Yeah, and Rambler is going for Somber 7. Also, he can pick up Moog Shackle because I just like, why not, right? You might as well use it against Moog. Makes the fight a little bit faster.
Yep.
Derf here is going to be going for Reichard, one of his favorite fights, a fight that he used to do a lot on his hitless runs. Derf has multiple... one or at least one, maybe two world's first hitless runs with Serpent Hunter.
Yeah, world's first any percent hitless run, and he's a PB1 AGR. Serpent only.
Serpent Hunter only RL1.
Yes.
Which is a harder run than it sounds because you have to do Noble with only the club. That shit is diabolical.
Additionally, you also are looking at Moog and the Moogwin Palace, as well as Millennia for all great runes.
For all druids, yeah.
God. That's why they call him head coach. No, Stalker, they call him head coach for a different reason. So Reichard's doing his impossible move. Nice block by Derf.
Yeah. I think it technically is possible to block it without Vow of the Indomitable, but I will tell you for bingo purposes, just block that attack.
I will tell you from extensive training with Reichard, it is almost impossible to dodge. No matter the head start you get running, the tracking is crazy. Derf in the second phase of the Reichard fight. Meanwhile, Rambler has already picked up the Somber 7 and immediately going to... No, is he going to Dungeon?
He's making his way to Sewer Moog.
Yeah, he is. He's going to do Sewer Moog first.
Yeah, you can pre-strafe it. Yeah. But that's not likely to happen.
I know you can pre-strafe it. Question is, have you pre-strafed it in the past?
We're going to cut away for just a second to see Sewer skip from Rambler here really quick.
Yep. It's funny that he'll do Sewer skip, but he won't do...
Well, Sewer skip saves you so much. Sewer skip saves minutes. Liurnia skip saves seconds. So Derf has Reichard in the loop now.
He does.
So now he will pretty much just Ash of War him all the way down.
Yeah, he'll have to re-drink a blue.
Yeah.
So hopefully he keeps him in the cycle while drinking it.
Oh, no, he'll be fine. Yeah, he's been hitless so far as well.
True. Oh, yeah, he's fine.
There's a nice stagger. Okay, hitless outside of the earthquake. That doesn't, for bingo purposes, that doesn't really count. I don't count that for bingo purposes.
Oh, can I have bingo verify my run then?
No.
Damn it. I'm bingo hitless. Come on, Derf. About 2 more hits after this one. 1, and there's Reichard. Reichard goes down. Then that's another God
Nicely
boss.
done,
So
Derf. Nicely done.
He gets Reichard
And
God
4
boss.
God bosses.
He is going to lose Somber 9, though.
Yeah. I mean, I think I liked the idea for Derf. I think it was all he could do in this spot. It was like, go do Rykard, get God bosses. You could also potentially pick up Somber 9, and that's your capital access. And like, maybe you can make something work, right? Like, it's slim odds, but like, unfortunately in Derf's position, it's all he could do. Hell of an effort from him to try to save this game, but unless there's an all-time incident from Rambler on Sewer Mode, it will just be a little too late.
Honestly, you got
Is Rambler getting the talisman pouch? What is he doing?
Just go imbued sword keys. Let Derf stress about which boss to go kill while you just spend the next 10 minutes going to get imbued sword keys.
What? Wait, why did he get the talisman pouch?
For Moog, maybe yes, because he killed the two black knives, right? So he has talismans from them. No, he has talismans from the first one, not from the second one.
Is he gonna equip a talisman?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess that makes sense.
Oh.
Sword Seal, Crimson Dagger, Ritual Sword. That makes sense. Well,
Yeah.
this will be the moment that Rambler. This is all Rambler has to do is kill Moog with a +9, and he will advance to 1-0 in the Golden Order with a big win over Derf. Derf is a very dangerous competitor, and this it will be a big win for Rambler early on to start the season.
I'll tell you what, if you want a foreshadowing as to what the rest of Derf's season is going to look like, go look at the determination on his face. Like, he is pissed. He is not happy, and I like that because it means that you're coming back for more.
Mm-hmm. He is not dandy right now.
It's okay. I mean, nobody likes to lose. Losing sucks, but it's how you react to that.
Well, especially this season, I feel like the level, like last season, I felt this level of competition from like, the few top guys, but like I really feel like the competition, like I think a lot more people believe they have a chance to win this thing this year than last season. And like I just think like guys are a lot more competitive.
I'm saying competition's stiffer than me on a Saturday morning,
Mm-hmm.
Does do more damage. Oh, my hitless.
Rambler looking really good in this fight right now.
And that will do it.
GG's.
GG's to Rambler there. We'll go ahead and bring the boys in here and we'll talk to them. And then I know Dino wanted to start a little bit early because he's in Australia. So we'll bring them in and we're going to probably start this next match at 10 minutes or 15 minutes early. So in 10 minutes at 45. Wiki, if you could talk to Ginger and Rambler, or Ginger and Dino, and help get them ready. I'm going to go ahead and grab the boys in. We'll do a little interview.
Chat, if you have any questions for our boys, please go ahead and get them in now.
Welcome in, Rambler and Derf. Welcome in. GG's, gentlemen. Rambler. We will.
GG's.
Rambler, we will start with you, man. Really, like a very good game from you today. Deathless outside of that Fort Height fuckery.
That was
and
fucking
I think,
wild.
Yeah, and I think you had a really great strategy from the start. I really felt like when this board showed up, it was very much a Rambler board. When you first saw the board, what did you think of it, and what was kind of your strategy?
Well, not only because of the center square was Lightning Ram, but also like there were like the diagonals were all like screaming altas, like Hero's Grave, Elemer. You need Bradan for guards. It's better to do Ancestor. So I said, okay, altas access is important here. So the board had like a very good strategy for a Volcano Manor access because there was enough Academy, I would say, like imbued, and you might want to do your second Remembrance as Renala. But I prefer to do Dectus because I knew I had a weapon that I could use, and I was more confident when Derf marked Torrent only because that indicated me that maybe he didn't select Steeple. or if he did, I don't believe he did, because I don't think you can get that fast of a torrent with an unwieldable weapon like that.
Yeah, he did not select. He did not start with
No.
a steeple.
Yeah, and that advantage made me more well, confident that I would get to big fights faster. And that was like what motivated me to like be very patient in the beginning. Turns out I think Derf was even more patient. I assumed the center square was a snipe. And
No.
and that oh no, okay. So in any case, I was playing like it was a rush for Lightning Ram, because like you didn't mark friendly NPCs. I got to get Falling Star Beast even like at like relatively late point. So I was confident. As soon as I got center square, I knew I was in the driver's seat. So
Yeah.
I knew it was important to get that as fast as possible, and that's why I strategized to be patient and go for Dectus and putting Steeple to work.
I'm also curious, your Rambler, for you. Like, this was your, your first competitive match since the finals of the Bingo Club Open. Like, Derf had played in the qualifiers and stuff. It been a bit of a longer layoff for you than normal in terms of like competitive bingo matches. Also this season has been very anticipated, and it was a big game against Derf. Did you feel nerves here today, or was it just business as usual?
A little bit. I was kind of like nervous at the beginning, because I've been like watching Derf play, and I think like he evolved so much as a player. He has like a very good strategy. Most games he figures out a way of like making like the play with like what we consider like a lesser weapon to work, like smithing route and taking the synergies where they are. And that made me nervous a little bit, yes, because that's kind of like not how exactly I play, but it is similar enough that I could get sniped left and right in the early to mid game. So I was very concerned about that. That's why I didn't contest Torrent. I thought maybe like Steeple is not like going to be wieldable that easily, but this is somewhat late board that I can like get things in mid game that will progress. So that made me less nervous, not only the board but also Steeple being available. But before that, I was, yes, a little bit nervous, because he's in great shape, I think, as a player. Like I've never seen Derf play as well as he's been playing. So I'm very, very happy that I got the win today.
Yeah, well, thank you, Rambler. I think that's it for me. Shaka, do you have anything for Rambler here before we talk to Derf?
No, other than Rambler, I'm happy to see your performance, right? Rambler is not wash. Rambler is hot, right? The second thing, do you think that playing Shaka myself may have buffed you for this match?
Man, I got a win against Shaka like yesterday, and I mean, if you get a win like that, like you need to be confident, right? Like it's the type of game that you cannot take lightly. Like Shaka is a very interesting competitor, and you cannot take him lightly. But yeah, no, I think it was a good warm up, because I got to do some late game plays as well, and that really helps, because I've been playing mostly DLC bingo the last couple of weeks. That helped me with a few things, but definitely it's better to have a little bit of a warm up of base game before doing an official match like this. So yeah, it was great.
That's all I had. Who's
Massive congratulations to you, Rambler. Now, Derf, I'm curious, in hindsight, right? Obviously, like the Falling Star Beast incident, was what it was, right? I don't think that happens. I don't think that happens again, right? In hindsight, I'm curious though, would you have gone with the steeple, or do you think you made the right call with the flam version? It just wasn't your day today.
Yeah, I think I made the right call with Flamberge. It just wasn't my day. Like, I think if I got Falling Star Beast first try, I think my plan would have worked out a little better, where I would have gotten that and then went straight to Altus. I mean, I ended up doing that anyways, just after skill issuing on Falling Star Beast, went straight to Altus, because I knew how many Altus squares there was, and I know Rambler likes going there extremely early and setting up and stuff, so I just didn't know what square he was going to go for first in Altus. So when I saw him mark Lightning Ram, you know, I kind of knew I was going to be cooked, because he was prepping while I was skill issuing on Falling Star Beast, so kind of had like 8 minutes, or I don't even know how long I was in that fight for, but I was behind already. So I knew it was gonna be an uphill battle the rest of the match.
Yeah, the Lightning Ram was a big square. I thought, for you know, if there's a chance that you go from the top left to bottom right diag, if you wanted to make that threat, definitely needed that, plus the synergy with the Black Knife. So like when I saw that got marked, you know, I was with you, and you've been working on that smithing stone route, so I understand your decision with the flambers, right? I was just, you know, did you not go get the Hoarfrost stomp because, hey, Rambler might be racing you to this square, so I gotta do this first before I even set it up?
Well, I ended up getting the Hoarfrost stomp. Yeah, I did have it on, and yeah, I just thought, you know, that we would get to Altus around the same time, but I would kind of prevail in certain squares, but he ended up setting up a lot of other stuff while he was headed to Altus, which was definitely smart on his part with Black Knives and Deathroot and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I was concerned you were going for Falling Star Beast next, so I mean, it was a square that I could not get if you go straight to it, because I still have to put Steeple to play. That's why I moved in the direction of the Physic, and that sets up very nicely for Black Knives and Deathroot, right? So that was basically like the plan, like get a +6 or a +5, depending on whether I get Fallen Star Beast or not.
Yeah.
And then I block column 2 on the Black Knife, and Lightning Rain's right there, right? So I get the blocks on the diagonals and the column, and I have a good threat on row 3, so...
Please, become Elden Lord.